So today is the Hasbro Investor Day 2021 live stream and panel. It's essentially a 2.5 hour live stream aimed primarily at investors of the Hasbro company, but it also leads to a lot of tidbits and information of the future of all the different Hasbro brands. A lot of the stuff that we learn in these Investor Day panels and stuff like that, and especially this live stream, partake to the hype of the brands. And when I say the hype, I mean the stuff that advertise the brand, the 2 hour commercials, the half-hour commercials, the TV shows and movies, the video games. So today is going to be a day where we talk about the future of the Transformers brand and what's going to be happening from a fictional and storytelling standpoint, whether it be comic books, video games, TV shows, movies, or what that be, and what we could pull essentially from this Hasbro Investor Day 2021 live stream segment. Now, it was a lot of stuff to sloth through, a lot of numbers, a lot of silliness, and a half-hour Q&A session that was done quite poorly. But, when you get through it all, there's a lot to take apart here, and I kind of put it all together in one segment so you guys don't have to sit through the whole thing. Now, keep in mind, we're not going to get really any kind of new toy news unless you kind of read between the lines with some stuff. But essentially, we're going to learn and discuss today what's going to be happening from a fictional standpoint and what's going on with that. Now, that being said, there's a lot of stuff here that we've already discussed previously. Most of it is stuff we already knew. Most of it is stuff that we already knew either through rumors or leaked stuff online. Some stuff is new information. Some stuff, either reconfirms new information or clarifies new information. And we'll jump into that right now. And we'll start first with them announcing that Netflix is going to be having the Transformers BotBots TV series. Now, we've been talking about the BotBots TV series for, it feels like a couple months now. And this just kind of confirms that we are getting a BotBots series. It'll air on Netflix. It's going to be 20 episodes, and it's going to be an animated comedy. It's going to be done by the guys that essentially worked on Rescue Bots and Stretch Armstrong and Flex Fighters. So that kind of age group demographic. And what's interesting about that is because Hasbro also kind of showed, again, they always show this every investor's panel, but they always show like the aimed demographics for each of the brands within Transformers, the sub brands, if you will. And they kind of showed us that, oh, hey, Rescue Bots is still going to be a thing, but it's just not going to have a TV show. It's just going to be a brand that still sells products in the preschool aisle, but they just want to have a TV show at the moment. The kids brand is what BotBots is going to be for the time being in terms of storytelling and product. And what that kids brand is, that could be the age 5 to age 9 demo. And then you have the hardcore collector and older kid brand, which is the War for Cybertron stuff and Cyberverse and everything like that. That's how they perceive that, with a little bit of crossover from the kids for the Cyberverse stuff and everything. No mention of movie was in any of these stills here that they showed when it comes to the demos. So BotBots falls into that demo, the kids brand. And we do have a little blurb. We do have a little blurb here of what the story is going to be. And I quote, the BotBots are Transformers robots in disguise that disguise themselves every day as mall objects. By day, these BotBots hide quietly on the store shelves, but at night, they jump into adventure until the group of BotBots called the Lostbots run into mall security guards and are put the BotBots in danger. Will these misfits are able to overcome their differences, defeat the security guard, and gain acceptance in the eyes of the other bots? We shall find out. So we have this little Toy Story kind of situation where by day they're just inanimate objects, unaware by the rest of humanity, but at night when the mall closes, they're able to run around and do what they please. Kind of reminds me of another show also called Today Special when I was a kid, where same thing when the mall was closed, everyone who could run around at night, whether it be mannequins or mice or toys, would do so. So it's kind of that same kind of vibe, but of course there's the mall security guard that's going to catch them and prove that these guys are real and that they actually exist, and shenanigans happen. Now, if you're familiar with the BotBots line, the name The Lostbots is something that you probably have heard before. It is a subcategory of characters within the BotBots toy line. That's where the bonsai tree comes from. I think his name was Bonsai, like literally that's how it was spelled. The game controller BotBot named Game Over came from that. Dimlit, the flashlight. I'm trying to think of some of the others. Stinky Eye Stapleton, the stapler. It was a crew of approximately, I want to say, 20 different BotBots across the past 2 years, let's say 2018, 2019 of the line. And so now they're going to be, I guess I don't want to say the antagonists, but they're going to be the troublemakers of this. And I guess the antagonist is the security guard, whatever his name is. So that is going to be that. It's going to be lighthearted fun, 20 minutes. I'm going to assume 20 episodes. I'm going to assume at that number of 20 episodes, it could be potentially either 20 10-minute episodes or 20 episodes that are half episodes, meaning that 20 episodes is spread across 2 micro episodes of 10 minutes each. You see that usually with, let's say, Looney Tunes cartoons and stuff like that, micro stories. But we'll find out. Still not enough information yet, but at least we kind of have an idea of what's going on with that. Now, the second one here is an announcement that E1 Entertainment and Nickelodeon are also partnering to make an original animated Transformers series. And all they have to really say here is it's going to be on Nick. It's going to be running with all their other properties that they're working with Nick right now, with SpongeBob SquarePants and Paw Patrol and Ninja Turtles and, all of that. And they just say it's going to introduce new characters, it's going to introduce old characters, it's going to have this and that. And the quote that I have here is, the series will tell a reimagining story that both features original characters and fan favorites and a whole new generation of family and kids. And what I read here essentially is it's the Transformers living with a family and all the hijinks that come with it. That's pretty much it. We don't know much else outside of that. The people that are working on this are the people that worked on Rise of the Ninja Turtles and, of course, the Rescue Bot series. So if you liked that stuff, probably it's going to be more of that. And again, it's a comedy-based show aimed at the mid-tier demographic. So again, not really an action-based series from what they've described here. If you like it, you like it. If that's what you're looking for in your war-torn Cybertronian kind of stuff, you want to have 2 comedy series going into 2021 or 2022, I guess that's the way they're going. I think that E1 Entertainment, along with Hasbro, they're looking at Transformers and going, how could we take this group of characters and separate it just from being, a story of a Cybertronian war and it going across planets and stuff like that. How do we use it for other stuff too? And it's kind of the same way how DC was able to take their brands and turn the DC girls into a high school drama, or take, something like Batman and you could turn into all kinds of different kinds of properties and not just a story of crime fighting. I think they're just trying to go with that in that direction too, where they're just going to hey, why don't we take Bumblebee? And then Bumblebee it'll be the adventures of Bumblebee taking this kid to school and him, liking a girl, and then Bumblebee giving advice about it. And it has nothing to do with a Cybertronian war fighting Decepticons. And if Decepticons are involved, they might be the best friend of the bully, and it might be the bully's motorcycle or something. It might sound drab to some of you, but that's kind of a reality of what they're probably going to be doing with the brand. They also reconfirmed that the 2 Cyberverse movies that will be 44 minutes each are coming, and they didn't really say what the stories are. They just are on their way. We reconfirmed that the Kingdom series for War for Cybertron on Netflix is also on its way in May of 2021. And they reconfirmed what we've heard in the past about they have plans for 1 animated movie for theaters and 1 live action movie with Capel Jr. as the director in theaters also. Not much more information on that. They didn't even drop the Beast Alliance name. They didn't even say that much. All we know is we have one animated movie and one live action movie. That's all we know about that. No release dates, no plans, no nothing just yet said with any of that stuff. And the last thing to mention is that they're also working, because they own Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro. So they mentioned that there is plans to do a lot more digital related stuff, and there is some kind of Transformer digital game in the plans. I'm going to take a guess, probably more cell phone kind of stuff. But what they did mention that did catch my eye is, we had the Transformers TCG, and the Transformers TCG kind of, unfortunately, passed away and died. And they mentioned that the Magic the Gathering brand that they have, which is their primary TCG, which I'm a very big fan of, they mentioned that there is plans in the future to do expanded universe stuff with the Magic the Gathering stuff. They're starting first with Dungeons and Dragons, and that of The Walking Dead, but they're looking at other franchises too to bring in with Magic the Gathering. And this is something where I just have a feeling, and they've been building to this slowly, but with the few Magic cards that we've already seen that have Transformers on them, I feel that they're building to a Transformers-themed Magic the Gathering set, which I would be completely behind. And it's a safer ecosystem where if you're a Transformer fan, you could buy these Transformer cards and feel confident that your investment in these cards are not going to plummet like the TCG has in recent times. But that's kind of the reality of TCGs in general, but that's a whole other discussion for a whole other time. But it does show that there is a potential for Transformers returning in a larger sense. In the past, they were just kind of exclusives and stuff like that for HasCon, but returning in a large sense as a part of the Magic the Gathering brand. But again, more information to be found then. All we know is they have some kind of digital game and some kind of major crossover thing with all their other brands. So that more or less covers that 2.5 hours. Obviously, they touched on a lot of other stuff too, like a lot of their other brands. But when it comes to Transformers, all we really know right now is we got a BotBots series coming. We got this other comedy-based series with Nickelodeon. The BotBots series is going to be on Netflix. This Nickelodeon one is also going to be comedy-based, not action-based, with a Transformer and a family. So we don't really know the whole story with that yet, or the characters featured in it. We still know that we have Kingdom coming in May of 2021 on Netflix. We have 2 Cyberverse TV movies, which again, we don't have dates for them 100% yet. We have a live action movie and a animated movie for next year, which they're going to give us more information about when the time comes. And we got some video games and some tabletop stuff perhaps. But that's really about it. And I hope we learn more as time progresses and we get some more clarification or press releases. But that's what's kind of to be expected with a lot of these investor panels. They're more about just telling the investors that don't really care about how the meat is made or how the sausage is made. They just want to know that the sausage is going to be in the window. They don't care what's on it. They don't care how it tastes, what the flavor, what the condiments are. They just want to know that it's going to be there and there's all these different sausages planned. They don't care what's different about those sausages. And that's literally what's going on here. Is they're just letting us know this is all coming, and the details will, which is what the fans really care about, will be something we'll address later on with press releases and different websites and stuff like that, or conventions or streams. So hope that kind of clarified it a little bit. Again, if you're a fan of all the different brands, I guess it's worth watching, but it's a long watch, and there's a lot of stuff that I know most of my listeners would not be interested in having to sit through, and a lot of investor talk that just, who cares? So let me know what you think. You excited about this? I don't know. Me personally, while I do like variety within Transformers, I feel that we're kind of like skewing away because our action series is very reliant on that of Kingdom, and Kingdom, if we look at Earthrise and Siege before it, only 6 episode spurts each time. Doesn't really, whet my appetite really for something for Transformers from character development or ongoing story. Where these series is, we have a 26 episode and a 20 episode planned series. That's already more than than unfortunately this stuff. Also, they said it's going to be CG. These series is also, so I have hope. I have hope. I hope I enjoy these. I know, like, look, when Rescue Bots came out, I watched it and I was like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's not made for me. It's made for a younger demo. Some of the toys were kind of cool, but in general, the show wasn't exactly, mind-blowing or exciting for someone like me. There obviously is going to be fans who enjoy it of any age group and could take away what they want from it, but I want something a little more cerebral sometimes, and I just kind of feel that maybe even this family Transformer comedy series on Nickelodeon, that might fall into similar to, like, pretty much take what Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 was and take away any of the action elements or the Decepticon threat elements. And I feel that you're probably going to have something similar to that, which I could kind of get behind, but even then, that series wasn't that exciting for me. It's probably one of the weaker Transformer series overall, and that's saying a lot. So it is what it is, like I always say. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're excited about any of this, but that's more or less what was said today. We still have tons of other news to discuss. There's a lot of stuff going on still in the Transformer world that I have to discuss, but it's been a busy past 24 hours, and just stay tuned, and those segments will be coming.